So good afternoon, April 25th, 2016, this is CISG113 section on Information Security and Privacy. Today is day number 27 of the semester, week number 14, the second last class of the semester. So let's get started. Welcome back. Today is day number 27. So altogether we have 28 classes in this semester. And we have one makeup class next Tuesday, all right? So that is the makeup class on May 1st. So let me get started by helping you to understand what we have up to at this point of the semester, okay? We're still in the week 14, and the theme is integrative learning, and you're still working with your e-portfolio, the portfolio for you to keep track of your learning in this semester, okay? So I hope every one of you have already get started doing your portfolio. The second thing I would like you to pay attention to today, it's really time for you to take a good look at the review of the semester. So I wrote this last teacher's message to help you to put things into perspective. In this last teacher's message, I helped you to understand my philosophy behind the planning of the teaching and learning in this course. If you read this couple of points, you should know the ideas behind inviting you to do what you have been doing in the semester. Definitely have one important purpose in mind, that I start out the semester by helping you. You are going to transition from a taught-to-learn student to a learn-to-learn student. Now it's really time for you to ask yourself how much of a learn-to-learn student you become, and how much you have get out of the comfort zone of being a taught-to-learn student, and then you can try to match with some of the ideas I have listed out here. Do you understand the expectations that I have for you in this course? If you want to be aware of these, go back to read the course learning objectives. We just have 3 course learning objectives, and then we have 6 course intended learning outcomes. Now the course learning objectives could be described as the expectations your teachers have for you towards the end of the class, but the course intended outcome can be set as the expectations that you should have for yourself, that towards the end of the semester you should be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, or at least a number of those 6 course intended learning outcomes. And then the way that the course intended learning outcomes are being done in this semester is you have every single choice to do what you are supposed to do, but not dictated by your instructor. That means each one of you is going to choose your own path. That is your journey through this course. Now, so when I plan the teaching and learning activities in this course, I listed out all the important resources as well as the guided activity for you week after week, in order to make sure that in some sense your learning needs will be tailored. And so I try to draft what we call a detailed plan lessons per week, all right? So before class activity, during class activity, end of the class of activity, and the week of the activity. And so what is being taught? You can see that I seldom drilled into the detailed concept. I drilled on the key concept rather than the details. The details are left to you when you choose a specific topic. And that's the reason why I say you need to come back to this very important chart towards the end of the semester. Now is a good time, because in this particular chart you can see that we designed 3 learning contracts in a matter of 10 weeks. And we expected you start all the week by understanding the approach, the amount of freedom you have to choose, and the amount of time you have to get things done. After the first 10 weeks, you automatically transfer into the last 4 weeks of the semester, and this is the very last week. So we need to go back to take a look at what you should have learned, not just for those who are going to make the speech of the semester. But for all of you, we need to take a good look at, have you used your time in a way that it's efficient for you to have effective learning by going back to the questions per week, and it is these important requirements for you to earn the learn score of 15 semester points. How many of those questions have you done? Well, everyone's to say, by this week 14, I should have done 10 journals, 1 per week in the first 10 weeks. Then you please take a look at what are those 10 topics you have chosen, all right? So it's very important that you take a good look at those stuffs that you have already done. Okay, having said that, you can see that I've selected some content for you to choose, but you're free to choose your own content according to the guidelines. So what is taught takes into account your needs to develop the ability to learn, which means you need to become your own teacher. So the opportunity given to you is to try things out, reflect on what you need, and learn again. Alright? So it is convenient that some of you who got a little bit confused in the process of getting things done, but it's a process that we cannot escape without getting you to think about what you need to do. So how it's being taught is also important. In the process of doing this, I keep reminding myself that you need a teacher's message a week to remind you what you need to do in the coming week in the learning contract. I also need to make sure that you will not be working alone. You need to work together with your learning partner and also your teammates. And in the context of this course, your task force member. That is very important. And you need to be aware of the assessment method. That's why every time before you submit something, the rubrics are there. You can use the rubric to check the score that you might be receiving. Well, very importantly, I can see that a lot of you have spent a long time doing everything you could to earn the score you desire. And many of you have already accomplished that. And what we can do about this, if you have not done this, the most important thing is to encourage you along the way, together with the help of your teammates, challenge you and support you. And of course, all of these require a consciousness from each student, himself or herself, to choose between if you want to be a surface learner or deep learner. And this is a very much important issue. So in this very last week of the semester, it's very important and appropriate for you to go back to this list. 14 weeks, including the last 4 weeks, as the Learning Portfolio project, and ask yourself, what have you done? What have you learned? And what artifacts could I produce to demonstrate my learning in the semester? And so these form the basis of the block of the semester, speech of the semester, and also the basis to earn the bonus point. And of course, there are many more I could say, but I want to save it for your speech of the semester. I just want to speak not more than 10 minutes. Okay. The next thing I would like you to pay attention to is how many of you have already got through this. This is week number 4, right? Now, in last class, I helped you to remember what is meant by the 4C. And the first C is?
Creative.
The first C is creative. That's the last C, alright? Alright, so to be creative is the last C. The first is critical thinking. Use the OIA to help you get acquainted with the critical thinking skills. The second thing is through the online discussion forum to help you to communicate with one another. The third C is through the problem-based learning and teamwork, that is your collaboration. And of course the last C is creative. Of course, today I'm going to show you a little bit more about what is meant by creative. But before that, we need to come back to speak number 11. And then we need to check how many speakers do we have today. This is the 25th of April. So let's take a look at how many speakers do we have today. Gambo, you're one of the speakers today. Okay, and then Ada, you're another speaker today. Yoga, you did it already. Yes, right, you did it already. Erica, you're the speakers today. So you have 3 speakers today. Very good. Alright, that's very good. So, Winner, you're also a speaker today. So we have 4 speakers today. Alright, so we need to make the best use of time. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Gabriel, you're the first one. So let me pass you the time. And then thank you. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you.
Well, so hello everyone. So this is my speech of this semester for the CISG113. And I'm Gamble. I belong to pair 18. I belong to team 2, and I belong to task force number 2. I'm really proud of that I have so much identities that I belong to so much groups. And let's get started. So, in fact, before I start my speech, I want to tell you a story about this course for myself. So this story starts before I take this course. So, well, before this course, in my mind, what I think a course usually looks like, it looks like this. So for every week, you have 2 or 3 or 4 contents, items for materials, and you look at the PPT, and you know it, you know what the instructor says, and you do the assignment, and you're done. However, one course has totally changed my mind. That is the CISG113 course. So with which we came across this, and this. And this is only the things we came across before the LC001. And I believe all of you know what other materials we have after that. So do you feel a little bit scary about this, since we didn't have so much materials, but we have it in this course? So I was a little bit scared, but by so much materials, actually I have to say. And at the very first beginning, I found out this is really time consuming to know everything of those. However, I think I've got a lot of change since the very first beginning. At first, I found out I thought I should do that way, just similar to other courses. I need to look into every content and to know everything about it, almost everything about it at least. And finally, till now, I'm really get used to it. I thought it's not so hard to learn every week, to learn every course. And the reason of that is that the way I learn have already changed. I didn't learn it simply based on every materials to look into that and to know everything about what instructor says. And now I'm learning through this way, like, so like this way. So if I explain it in detail, actually this may not be so precise for each item. It is mostly about my experience and my interpretation on every item. So I find that for the IBL, I find a question and get the answer for myself. And for the SRL, I have a plan to learn by myself. And also PBL, I get a problem, I find out solutions, and finally I combine and transfer everything you have into yours. So that's how I learned this course instead of other courses. This really makes me change to do well in this course. And that's exactly what I've learned. This course not only tell me those knowledge, but also a new way of learning. Before this course, I think that it's a really traditional way to learn, but now I learned some new ways to learn things. That's the kind of most important thing I've learned in this course. And also, there's a lot of things I've learned along the way. This may not be the main purpose, but I also experienced a lot for those things. First one is the pair, team, and task force. I really think that this kind of setting is really it's a really good way to enhance ourselves. Since while you are learning by yourself, it's really easy to get exhausted or get depressed or not so feeling good. But while you are learning with your pair or task force, you can know that even if you are exhausted, someone is more exhausted than you, and that means it makes you feel better while learning with others. And you can see that someone is far away. They didn't finish the things you have done, and that makes you feel really good. Yes, it's just kidding. I mean, so while learning with others really makes us better do the learning. And I really appreciate that. This is what I've learned along this kind of setting by group. And also for the time management and task management. Well, for the time management, there's actually a small story with my task force members. Well, for the LC003, we were working together till 6 p.m. and that was 6 hours before the deadline. And you know, that time is critical since before the deadline, a lot of amazing things can happen. However, I was called by someone to have dinner with her. So I left my task force, so they are still working together, and I said I will work with you remotely and through the WeChat and through the online forms. However, I had my dinner for about 4 hours, and it was just too time consuming. I didn't have the time to do the report. In the WeChat group, they are like booming, and where's Gamble? Where are you? so I really failed to manage that 6 hours. It was really important for us, but it's a small mistake, I have to say. And as a result, I have to find out some food delicious for my for my task force members. That's the result. Yeah. And so that's what I learned for the time management. I could do it better to manage my time and as well as the tasks to do. And finally, it's the English writing, just like what everyone mentioned. Actually, what I write in this course is more than the things I write in academic English course. It's kind of challenging and also make me improve in the English writing. So, and finally is the appendix, my journal topics that I have read about. So that's the basic knowledge I've got from. And so that's all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
We thank you, Gambo, for sharing with us his story of growth in this course. So the next person, is it Ada? Okay, thank you, Ada. You just need to go down to your link. Have you uploaded the PowerPoint? Okay, you try it, because I cannot guarantee this works. The best way is to upload it to the Moodle environment. Let's see if it works. click this PC. There's a link on your left called this PC, and see if you can find your mobile USB. Sometimes that's not good. I experienced that. You cannot see that in the USB yet. Yes, yes. You can upload it first. Yes, because I experienced technical difficulty to get the USB recognized for this USB port. Let's see. So the best way for you to do, before you do the speech of the semester, is to upload your PowerPoint through your sign-up link. That's very important. Okay? Now let me see if I could pass the time to another speaker first, to give Ada the time to upload it. So Erica, are you ready? Okay, that's very good. Erica, I see that your PowerPoint is here. Thank you. Yes, it works.
First and most important one is information security and information privacy. The second one is information technology and knowledge society. Last but not least, I will discuss about information literacy and information competence. To begin with, information security is the practice of defending information from unauthorized access, use, description, modification, procedure, inspection, recording, or destruction. This general term that can be used regardless of the form or the date may take. And information privacy is a relationship between collection and dissemination of data technology, the public expectation of privacy, and legal and political issues surrounding them. And from my point of view, I will use public Wi-Fi to shop online and do some payment. For the owner of public Wi-Fi may see our personal messages when we use it. We should raise awareness of information security and privacy in information and technology society. And besides that, information technology is an application of computers and telecommunication equipment to store, retype, transmit, and calculate data often in the context of a business or other enterprise. With the development of information society, modern business depends heavily on information system. From employee email to business management to e-commerce websites. Therefore, it can be apparently from the fact that information technology is associated closely with our daily life. And many companies now have IT departments for managing the computers, network, and other technical areas of their business. IT jobs include computer programming, network administration, computer engineering, web development, technical support, and many other related occupations. Things related to information age. Information technology has become a part of our everyday life. That means the term IT, already highly overused, is here to stay. Technology society is linked with the development of technology. There is a growing trend that the inquiry-based learning becomes increasingly important in today's education. Inquiry-based learning is a way that mainly involves the learner and leading him to understand inquiry here implies on the processing skills and attitude of yours, which allows you to ask questions about new resolutions and issues while you are gaining new information. The inquiry process is mainly the gathering of data and information and applying them to sense like smelling, touching, hearing, and seeing. We live in a technology society nowadays, which means that the society becomes more innovative, more technological, more industrial drivers, bigger, and so on than ever in the past. Technology has become a key resource for the changing society. And information Information literacy defined as the ability to know when there is a need for information, to be able to identify, locate, evaluate, and effectively use that information for an issue or problem at hand. Information literacy itself is emerging as a distinct skill set and a necessary key to the social and economic emerging well-being in an increasingly complex information society. People who own literacy skills meet the demands of the modern technology life. Therefore, information literacy is a distinct and a broader area of competence while showing significant overlap with information skills. And generally, the information literacy associated with higher education, information literacy ensures the individuals have the intellectual abilities of reasoning and critical thinking, also dwell in having them construct a framework for learning how to learn for a reason level information literacy. Argument students' competence is evaluated. In addition, information competency can be defined as ability to recognize the need for information, acquire and evaluate information, organize and interpret information, interpret and communicate information. In other words, students who have information competencies not only know how to find information, but also have the ability to determine whether the information is useful and appropriate. It goes without saying that learning a difference between varieties of information will help students to form a way of critical thinking. Therefore, all these manuals universities organize the program of information competency to practice students. And also did many class activities in the learning process. We did in-class sharing and watch videos in class, we write learning journals every week, and discuss with our learning partners in a discussion forum. We fill the water in the question and answer forum, and we did learning contract twice. For the summary, the information security and privacy is a common topic that related to our daily life, and we can develop our critical thinking and problem-solving abilities from in-class sharing and discussion forum. The learning contract also help us to cooperate with others and promote communication skills. So after the semester learning, we gain experience and learn a lot from this class, which could benefit a lot for our daily life.
Okay, we thank you, Erica, for helping us to see your learning map throughout the semester. Okay, we pass the time to Ada. Are you ready? Thank you. Yes, you need to refresh a little bit. Click the refresh button, yes, and then go up to see your yes. Ada, would you please pick up the microphone? Okay, right there.
What have I learned in CISG113 this semester? Actually, before I take this class, I feel confused because I don't know what will I learn in this class. It's something like information security and privacy. That's two perspectives. And then I asked some people who learned public learning last semester. Then I feel afraid. Yeah, because they told me there are too much homework and a lot of things to do, and I feel afraid. But also I feel excited because I like to have some talent, and I want to learn about this. And during I have this class, at first, this is when I see the Moodle, I feel afraid too. Again, there's so many titles, and I I don't think I can read all of this and then, but actually it helps us at many aspects like our journal, our report, and other things from it. And this is my journal. The first, at the left is my first journal. Actually, there are many things, too many things in it, and it's complex and not in order, not in an OIA form. Reference is just complex, but at the right is my midterm examination journal. You can see I'm in an OIA form, and then just focus on one topic and have some logical things. Also, in the journal, over the 10 journals, I have learned a lot of things about information privacy, computer privacy and security, information privacy, knowledge, society, digital divide in the first century, information competence, and information privacy again. At this time, I have dig deeper on this topic, and web attack, information fraud, wireless network security, ethical issues in hacking and cracking, and computer crimes. This is the 10 topics I chose from the 10 weeks reading list, which I'm most interested in. And these are 2 learning contracts. Because everyone must have experienced it. Many things to do and many things to upload, and it really takes our times, many times to do it. Just like Emil said, in the we just have many meetings on it and have done our discussion PPT, report, and digital story. But actually, we have fun on it. We have fun from it, and we have more cooperation and on it. And we can from 01 to 03, we have improved a lot. After the class, what can I get from teacher and this class? We can. I can do more critical thinking, and actually because of the reading list, so I can read more quickly about this whole English page, and I can write more quickly. Because at the midterm examination, I write so quickly, and I can't believe that. And Doctor, thank you for your patience and your good explanation. When we ask you some question, you just explain it so patient and helpful. And just very kind. Thank you. And from my partners, my pair, my team, my task force, I know how to find different views, how to make a good citation, how to find useful information effectively, and also we have more we have some fun, and we make really good friends. And this is our CISG113 theme song. But I think sometimes we can go on easier with friends helping. So that's all. Thank you.
Well, we thank you very much for Ada's sharing of her journey through this course in this 14 weeks time. It's really a joy to see you go through these hurdles, and it's a joy to see you transform yourself a little bit more. It's not easy to become a learn-to-learn student, particularly when we are so much used to the comfort zone. Particularly, we have been there for so many years. You need to tell me what to do. So, winner, are you ready? Yes. Thank you very much. So, we have winner also with us today. Let me move on to winner's PowerPoint. Thank you, winner.
Thank you, Dr. Watt. Now I'm going to show you what I learned from CISG113 in this semester. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Watt for your hard work. He's one of the most responsible teachers that I ever met. He introduced the IVL learning to us instead different from the alternative teaching styles. Dr. Watt will give us 1 to 2 topics in each week and relating to the reading materials and videos for us, and encourage us to choose our own interesting topics and do more research. Is quite good, I think. Next, I want to thank my task force mates. Michelle is works very hard during the learning contract 03. She helped us to finish our task force reports and the wiki. And Marvin helped us to finish our the PowerPoint, right? And Fatima always stay with us during the each meetings, and she okay, she's not here. But Fred is a very good coordinator. He always encourage us to. Actually, he always distribute the task to each members and encourage us to complete all the tasks on time. And Heidi and Carla are two very good leaders. As you can see, every time our task force go into the class and sharing, they will first stand out. And in the end, I want to thank Hannah, my pair mate. We started to work together at the beginning of the semester, the learning control 1, the midterm, and the learning control 3. Every time I got questions, I will ask her for help. And talk about what I have done this semester. The first thing is I did several times in class sharing. I still remember the first time in class sharing. I prepared lots of time, about 2 weeks, I guess. It's quite good because those of us can give each of us the equal opportunity to do the presentation in each class. This class, I think CISG113 can really improve our presentation skills. Great. And also the learning contract 01 mentioned before, you can read we will done lots of assignments in this class and can improve our academic writing skills greatly. Next, I will talk about several topics that I am interested in. The first one is information security from the week 1. Why I choose this class? I want to share with you the reason why I choose to add these courses, because in the senior high school I got a very good friend who is addicted to information security. It's kind of unbelievable because it's quite boring for normal people. But after you really learn something about this topic, you find that it's quite interesting because it's very related to our life and very important in today's society. According to the Wikipedia, the definition of information security, sometimes shortened to IMOSEC, is the practice of defending information from the second topic is the information technology. Is from week 2. There are IT classes from primary school to senior high school all the time. Before I learned this topic, I used to see information technology just as the computer, because IT class are always equal to the computer class from primary school to senior high school. However, according to the Wikipedia, it is commonly used as a synonym for computers and computers networks, that is also contains other information distribution technologies such as TV and telephones. That means information technology is not just the computers, about computers, it's also about all kinds of electric service virus. Next, the final topic is the ethical issues of hacking and cracking. I have the most interest in this topic. As I am Hannah, and our task force aides finds lots of resources about this topic. Before I learned this topic, I think hacking and cracking are the same. In fact, there are huge differences between hacking and cracking. According to the Turing, here are two definitions of hacker and cracker. Hackers means someone that seeks to understand computers, phones, or other systems strictly for the satisfaction of having that knowledge. Hackers wonder how things work and have an incredible curiosity. And hackers will sometimes do questionable legal things, such as breaking into systems, but they generally will not cause harm when they break in. Contrast a hacker to the term cracker. And a cracker means malicious hackers. Crackers get into all kinds of mischief, including breaking or cracking copy protection on software programs, breaking into systems and causing harm, changing data, or stealing. Hackers regard crackers as a less educated group of individuals that cannot truthfully create their own work and simply steal other people's work to cause mischief or some personal gain. Hackers there are two kinds of hackers. The first one is white hackers, and the second one is black hackers. In fact, white hackers is the hackers with hackers issues, with hacker ethics. It's quite good. Just a group of people who are interested in how things work, and incredible curiosity to figure out more knowledge about the computer system. But black hackers are bad because they can make automatic software that everyone can use to hack on other people's computers and steal information. So that's all. Thank you.
We thank you, Winner, for helping us to understand your learning in the semester. Basically, we love to hear more on your learning throughout the semester. And so we're looking forward to the next round of sharing. Basically on the first day, the last day of the semester, and we are also going to do the official student feedback questionnaire. We'll give you 10 to 15 minutes time in class to do it this first day. Of course, we have one last day, which is May the 3rd, and so you can see many of you have already signed up for May the 3rd. Let me double check on who are going to be the speaker on the 28th of this month. That means on Thursday. We know that Heidi is one. Okay, so let's see. That's almost. Brew is another one. Brew and Heidi. And then let's see. Star, who also a speaker on Thursday, and Serene. So Fatima, okay, we have more students than our number of slot can accommodate. So let's try to be on time and let's get started. At least I can see 5 students who are going to make the speech this Thursday. And we need to reserve the first 15 minutes to give you a chance to do a student feedback questionnaire on your student web, and then I'll give you the time to do the speech of the semester. So we have 5 students. Let's see, more than 5? Let me double check. Marvin is also on Thursday, so 6 students on Thursday. Marvin, did you make it? Yes. Make it already, so Marvin's finished already. So we have 5, at least 5 students on Thursday. Okay? Michelle is on next Tuesday. Okay? So that's good enough. Johnson is also next Tuesday. Oh, Steve is also on Thursday. You might have a chance that you have to do it maybe next Tuesday. Because many students sign up, all right? So it's going to be okay. I think we still have enough time. Now today, enhance your understanding of being a creative person. I'm going to show you a little bit on this. Oh my goodness, it's cut. My goodness, it's such a wonderful piece. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me see. Wow, they cut it so fast. This might be good, but let's try this one.
He is the faultless human specimen we have that is so complete, is so well preserved. He continues to generate this body of information. He may well be the most studied human being in history.
The Iceman.
He was found in a glacier, frozen in time for 5,000 years.
5,000 years?
Murder mystery.
What can we do?
What is his story? We figured he was probably Italian. Wrong. Eastern European, North African, wrong. Where's this guy from?
Scientists search for answers hidden in his genetic code.
We're rewriting the history of humankind.
As an artist brings him back to life.
If they believe that it's real, then I've done my job.
Science and art join to share the Iceman and his secrets with the world.
We have to turn this thing from plastic to flesh.
Iceman Reborn, right now on Nova.
Major funding for NOVA is provided by the following. The David H. Koch Fund for Science, supporting NOVA and promoting public understanding of science. And the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by PBS viewers like you. Thank you.
In a custom-built lab, a team of doctors suits up. Strict precautions are taken.
Okay.
Because this is a very unusual case. The patient has been dead for over 5,000 years. This is Utsi, the Iceman. One of the oldest and best preserved intact human bodies ever found. The story of Utsi's discovery is still one of the most astounding in human history. 1991, on a 10,000-foot glacier near the border of Austria and Italy, two hikers come across the body of a man, face down in the ice. They have no idea the importance of what they've stumbled upon. Perhaps it's a mountaineer, or even a lost soldier from World War I. But as they pull the remains from the ice, capturing the recovery on video, certain clues point to a different story. A knife made of stone, a shoe made of grass, a quiver of arrows, leather leggings, a copper axe. Carbon dating later reveals that the body and the items found with it have been preserved in the mountain ice for over 5,000 years. Utsi becomes not only an international sensation, but also a scientific treasure.
He's the oldest human specimen we have that is so complete, so well preserved, with all the scientific disciplines that are intrigued by him, that want answers. He may well be the most studied human being in history.
Now, new technology is yielding more clues, revealing surprising secrets about this mysterious ancient man and the world he lived in. From the strange markings that cover his body to the DNA in his bones. Researchers are trying to use his genetic code to uncover his true origins, to track down his relatives alive even today, and help solve long-standing mysteries about how people lived at the end of the Stone Age.
He provides a window into what life looked like 5,000 years ago in Europe. So it's kind of like finding the Ark of the Covenant. How important is that? Yeah, it's pretty important.
The clues begin with Utsi himself. At the time of his death, he was about 45 years old, 5 foot 2 inches tall, weighing about 110 pounds. New research deciphering Utsi's genetic code reveals he had brown eyes, dark hair, and had both Lyme disease and a predisposition to heart disease. But that's not what killed him on the mountain. At first, it was thought that the Iceman had frozen to death in a storm and been buried in the snow. But a radiologist reviewing his x-rays spotted something strange that had escaped everyone else's notice. An arrowhead lodged deep in the Iceman's shoulder.
The arrowhead was detected in 2001. And then the question was, did the arrowhead kill him or not?
CT or CAT scans of the body, revealing Ötzi's internal anatomy in amazing detail, provided more clues.
We could reconstruct then the area where the arrow entered the body and disrupted the major artery of the left arm. If you're losing so much blood that maybe after 10-15 minutes you're dead. From this, we knew that he was killed by this arrow shot.
Shot and left to die on the mountain. The mystery was deepening. Who was Ötzi? What did he do for a living? Who were his people? And why was he killed? The answers will not be easy to find, because Ötzi's condition is so delicate. Ötzi has spent years locked in a freezer at the South Tyrol Museum of Archaeology. His cell, kept at a chilly 19 degrees, is designed to protect him from potentially destructive microbes. No one enters the sterile environment except Ötzi's doctors.
The Iceman is kept under sterile condition in this refrigeration cell. And that's why we have to take care who's entering the cell, because we want to avoid that anybody brings in any kind of contamination.
Yeah, ready to go.
Today, an exception has been made for an artist named Gary Stock. Gary has been charged with a difficult mission: to sculpt an exact replica of the Iceman. A copy that will be accessible to researchers and to the public who can't get close to the real thing.
We cannot allow everybody entering the cell who has maybe a certain research question to inspect the mummy. We want to make a good copy people can use to see, to get very close, to get data which cannot be done with the original mummy. It's always really a risk.
How bad? 9 millimeters.
Gary has limited time to take in all the details of this rare and unique human body.
Soaking in every single detail I can lay my eyes on.
He must create the most accurate replica possible. Ötzi's twin.
Right in at 5 millimeters.
He evaluates Ötzi's skin tone and texture.
The keratin has fallen off the nail beds.
His distorted face.
The cartilage is so thin.
His ravaged head.
Yes, we have a very big defect of soft tissues and bone tissues.
Because of the damage, this will be very difficult to replicate.
In the process of getting every detail just right, Gary will have to learn all he can about the Iceman and his times. How he lived, died, and became mummified.
What is his story? What can we learn from him? And how can he enrich our understanding of the past?
Okay.
Very good.
Dr. Eduardo Igarnavi calls an end to Gary's visit. Any more thawing, and the Iceman could be in danger of bacterial contamination.
Absolutely amazing. So that was the fastest 30 minutes of my life. This very intimate moment with the mummy will be very helpful in the final product. It'll be so much better because of that.
With Ötzi safe in his sterile crypt, Gary will begin to bring his body double to life. To start, the CT scans that help determine Ötzi's cause of death will provide a detailed blueprint for the Iceman's twin. Thanks to a remarkable technology, 3D printing.
Wow.
Ötzi will literally be printed out in 3 dimensions.
We use our software to transform the CT images into a 3D model that you can print.
Special software converts the data into a stack of over 2,000 horizontal slices, creating a blueprint of Ötzi's body. This is then fed into a computer, which controls a gigantic 5-foot by 18-foot machine known as the Mammoth.
They have the ability to create the entire print.
Packing can be a challenge for me. I always remember my diary but end up forgetting my pajamas. I try to fit everything into carry-ons so I don't have to wait around
That's
for
how
luggage.
YouTube make business.
I love the home arrival, the excitement of visiting a new
Always say it.
The Mammoth.
They have the ability to create the entire print in one piece, which is very rare.
In this enormous vat, 350 gallons of liquid resin, the consistency of warm honey, will be transformed into a life-size plastic model of the Iceman. The computer guides lasers around a thin layer of liquid resin.
We use a laser to trace out cross-sections of Ötzi, and under UV light, the polymer starts to harden. Once it solidifies, just a few seconds, a very thin layer is positioned on top of it. The laser hardens it out again, and this way the model is built layer by layer.
For nearly 3 days, the lasers continue their work, little by little, until every small bump and hollow on the surface of the Iceman's body is present and accounted for.
So this is very exciting. We're using the newest technologies to three-dimensionally print the oldest wet mummy ever found.
Finally, it's time to reveal the 3D print.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
Transformed from liquid to solid.
The face details are beautiful. That is absolutely fantastic.
Ötzi's body has been reconstructed as one extremely detailed hollow piece of plastic.
Beautifully translucent, but it still captures all the forms and the shapes. Lovely.
As the model emerges, the Iceman is reborn.
Ötzi coming out of this resin was kind of overwhelming because slowly his face was revealed, his feet were revealed, his rib cage. It was super exciting to know that that three-dimensional print was at such a high resolution. We really have something to work with.
It is on this plastic Ötzi that Gary will sculpt the lifelike version.
It's a treat to see it in one color because there's nothing distracting your eye. I'm also looking at anatomical features that correspond to the structures that I saw in the freezer.
While Gary reviews Ötzi's plastic form, scientists continue to hunt down clues about the flesh and blood man. For Albert Zink, who oversees research on the mummy, Ötzi's CT scans are especially valuable. Because a look at Ötzi's muscles and joints can tell us a lot about his life and lifestyle. Perhaps even how he made a living. The two main ways of life 5,300 years ago were farming and hunting and gathering.
We can reconstruct the muscle structure, how the muscles are attached at the bones. We just could distract all these from the CT scans.
Zink notices Ötzi did not show signs of strain in his upper body muscles and joints. That might rule out farming.
In his upper part, in his shoulders, the arms and hands, there's almost nothing. And for a man which was about 40 to 50 years old in this time period, we would expect some changes if he had worked with his hands.
The scans do indicate severe damage in the muscles and joints of his legs and back, which suggests he was a constant traveler. Also, the mummy's knee and hip joints are missing a lot of their cartilage, a painful condition called arthrosis, a kind of arthritis caused by wear and tear.
The physical effects of the Iceman were that he had lower back problems. The same is true for the knee. We know he had some arthrosis of the knee joints, and this caused pain from time to time.
Ötzi died in the mountains, and he likely spent much of his life there too.
We know from his physical appearance that he was walking a lot, that he maybe was carrying some heavy things, so maybe he was trading something. It could be that he was really traveling a lot, but we cannot really say what was his role in society.
Searching for even more evidence about this enigmatic man, scientists perform a kind of autopsy on Ötzi. They remove specimens from inside his most culturally sensitive organ, his stomach. And they are able to extract Ötzi's last meal, eaten only hours before his death. Some of the contents point to Ötzi being a hunter.
So much material from the stomach now. He had wild ibex meat in his stomach. He was clearly hunting for part of his sustenance. He also had eichhorn wheat. Eichhorn wheat has to come from farming. It's this classical kind of interesting mystery. Ötzi sending us mixed messages about how he's living his life.
In addition to food, researchers also found different kinds of pollen in the Iceman's stomach. This revealed that Ötzi had been traveling up and down the mountain within the last 48 hours of his life. Ötzi seems to have been a man on the move, whose adventures came to a violent end.
I know you're very much excited, but I'm going to post this video on the Buddha environment of this week so that you can enjoy watching it at home before you come back, okay? So allow me to make sure that we got the attendance score done. That's what we need to do. On day 27, I came to stop the video because I know you want to watch it. Lindoma, you here today? Thank you. Star is here, okay? Terry is not here. Iris? Iris, you here? No, she's not here today. Christina is here. Gabriella. Gabriella is not here today. Okay, and then Sonia is not here today. Tina is here. Cleo is here. And then Joey is not here. Winnie. Joey, you're here. Thank you. Winnie is not here. Okay. All right. So, and then Xiuhui, thank you. Denny, thank you. Nicholas, thank you. Carla is not here today. Lou, you're here today. Kareem, you're not here today. Ming Xian is not here today. Okay. And then Louise, thank you. Steve Joel, thank you. Levine is not here today, right? Levine's not here today, okay. And then Serenia is here. Muffin is here. Thank you very much. Fred is here. So let's go to the next page. The purpose is to see how they combine science and art to reproduce something for us to know something more about the mystery behind the body. Okay, Heidi is here today. Karen is here today. Erica is here. Yoga is here. And Deborah is here. Winner is here. And then Ada is here. Steve Chen is here. And then Gina is here. Khan is here. Handler is here. Thank you so much about this. The creative things about the video is they use science and art together in a way that is wonderfully combined. The use of 3D printer to print out the body of the Iceman. And you can also study a little bit of history and solve the mystery of the death of this Iceman. It's very exciting. The way to produce a documentary has a lot of elements that attract your attention. And while you're watching it, you're learning a lot from it, and you become inspired, and you want to look for something more, right? So producing documentaries is really something important. Now when you do your e-portfolio, it's your documentary of your learning in this semester, okay? So make it attractive for people to look more about you. All right, so that's it for today. Until this first day, the very much last class of the semester, except for next Tuesday. All right, see you. See you on Thursday. Make sure you've got at least one line. Thank you very much.